Here's the latest scoop. Today in Mountain View, the docket runs from a fatal DUI case and a high-speed chase to big moves on housing rules, a new public safety headquarters, and a beloved restaurant closing its doors. I'm Dean Bark. This is the City Report in Mountain View. Let's start with this. San Jose driver charged with murder in a fatal DUI crash that killed a Mountain View woman. On April 9th, around 11 p.m., Sunnyvale police say a Ford F-150 driven by 34-year-old Brian Burke, a San Jose resident, was headed the wrong way on Central Expressway at Commercial Street in Sunnyvale and collided head-on with a Jeep Compass. The Jeep's driver, a 52-year-old woman from Mountain View, died at the scene. Investigators obtained a search warrant and collected Burke's blood after he initially refused to provide a statement or a blood sample. Prosecutors allege he was driving under the influence. Santa Clara County District Attorney Jeff Rosen has charged Burke with murder. Burke was arraigned April 15th and is being held without bail. Rosen's point was blunt. Drunk driving deaths are avoidable criminal tragedies. If you choose to drive drunk, you choose to risk lives. It's that simple. Moving on. A dramatic chase through Mountain View after a burglary call. On April 12th, officers responded to a burglary in progress at a parking garage on Pear Avenue, a commercial strip just off the freeway. According to Mountain View police, 2 suspects took off, rammed 2 patrol cars, injured an officer, and then tried to run for it on foot. Police say both men, identified as homeless and ages 37 and 43, were arrested. The vehicle they used was reported stolen out of Sunnyvale, our neighbor city to the north. The charges stack up: alleged vehicle theft, hit and run, and assault on a peace officer, among others. Detectives are now checking for links to other crimes in the region. One key detail here: a video monitoring security company, essentially a remote surveillance service that alerts police in real time, flagged the burglary as it unfolded. Technology can shorten response times. It can't teach good judgment behind the wheel. Hitting 2 squad cars while fleeing, let's just say, is not a recommended commute option. It's also a stark reminder of the complicated intersection of homelessness and crime. Addressing it requires enforcement and services in tandem. Otherwise, we just chase our tail down Pear Avenue. Let's transition to this. California cities are bracing for Senate Bill 79, a state housing law passed in fall 2025 that kicks in July 1st, 2026. SB 79 allows mid-rise housing near major transit stops. Think areas close to significant rail or bus hubs, aimed at putting homes where people can actually get to work without a car. Here's the rub. The law gives local governments flexibility to craft their own compliant plans, but big cities are split on pace. The Los Angeles City Council voted to delay changes in certain neighborhoods until 2030. San Francisco City Hall says it will implement its own version soon. Cities with fewer staff and resources may just adopt the state's off-the-shelf rules rather than engineer a bespoke plan. Supporters call the flexibility a feature, while skeptics say delays are a bug that could slow housing production. Adaptation is key, but resistance might just stall much-needed housing solutions. Well, that's one way to look at it. The other is that the deadline on July 4th isn't moving. Shifting gears. Mountain View has locked in funding for a new public safety headquarters. The City Council approved a financing plan for a police and fire building estimated at $189 million at 1000 Villa Street. The project replaces the current aging facility and consolidates key operations in a 75,000 square foot building. Here's how the dollars line up. About $135 million will come from bonds. Additional funding includes Measure G, the local property transfer tax voters approved in 2024, a contribution tied to the Ameswell Hotel, a Mountain View hotel with project obligations, and the Shoreline Regional Park Community Tax, a local tax district that channels revenue back into city infrastructure. That Shoreline contribution was initially pitched at $10 million and bumped up to about $25.5 million. Construction will roll out in phases over 5 years, with Phase 1 starting in July and focusing on site prep and partial demolition. City staff say the phased approach is designed to spot cost overruns early. Investing in public safety infrastructure is critical. Let's keep an eye on those costs. No room for sugarcoating here if the tab creeps up. And now, a local institution bows out. Chez, the renowned French contemporary restaurant in a Victorian house near downtown, has closed after more than 40 years. The owner, George Eviet, a longtime Mountain View restaurateur now nearing 70, cited financial strain and health issues. The restaurant, which held a Michelin star for 19 years, lost that star last summer and never fully recovered from pandemic-era shocks. Eviet says he's weighing a sale or lease of the property, but there's a catch. The building is listed on the California Register of Historical Resources, which adds preservation hurdles to any changes. He says a potential $7 million sale fell through over those very concerns. It's a sad farewell to a culinary icon, a casualty of changing times and tastes. Even legends can't outrun spreadsheets forever. And that's all the news that fits. Thanks for listening to the City Report with Dean Bark in Mountain View. Have a good day, and tune in tomorrow for more.